Let's check the grid for the Formula Fords. Garth Tander is off pole position alongside Craig Zerner. Greg Ritter and Marcus Ambrose off row 2.
Out of row 3, Brett Burville and Kerry Raid. Row 4, Adam Macro and Justin Cotter.
The 5th row of the grid is Dougal McDougall and Philip Skyfleet. Row 6 is Michael Hazelton and Scott Barguana. This is the replay of an earlier incident. We are getting ready for a restart, in fact, in the Formula Fords, and that is the exact reason why. Todd Kelly coming in contact with Timo Hulko. Kelly in the red car, Hulko in the blue, and bang. Pretty heavy contact, Mark Osler.
Yeah, it all looks very dramatic, but that's sort of designed to happen. They want those suspension bits to rip off because it absorbs a lot of the energy and impact and lets the driver walk out unscathed.
Well, there they are on the grid. Certainly looks a great picture under lights here at Calder Park. This is the restart, and it is a full restart, 12 laps around the Calder Park circuit. We should be seeing that green flag any tick of the clock. There it is. So we get ourselves set for a start. Garth Tander is the man to watch. Keep your eyes on the lights.
Waiting for the green. Away they go. Garth Tander got a great start in that first race before it was red flagged. He's done quite a good one. Not quite as good as his first start, but he's still leading the pack as they head down toward turn 1 for the first of 12 laps. Massive field here, weaving and ducking and looking for tactical position as they brake hard for turn 1.
Tander's the man that'll take him into the first right-hander. He leads the way in the yellow car out in front. How would you like to be sitting in the middle of that field?
Well, no headlights on Formula Fords. You can see they've got a safety light at the back of the car, that big red light glowing on the back of the gearbox. That at least gives them half a chance to see the car in front should they hit some shadows. Garth Tander leading him onto the back straight for the first time. He's got the field tucked up right up behind him. We've seen a great battle between Marcus Ambrose and Tander. Look at this, sorting out positions as they come to the end of the back straight the first time. Boy, oh boy, it's busy stuff on the opening lap of a Formula Ford race.
Looked like Marcus Ambrose tucking himself into 3rd position, I think it is. It's a little hard to see in the shadows there, but we'll confirm that. Yes, it is. It's Ambrose back in 3rd position. They come up onto the main straight for the first time, all chasing the man out in front, Garth Tander, as they fly across the strike. It's in fact Zerner sitting in 2nd spot, Ambrose, Burville, Ritter, Wade and Macro.
1:11.77 standing time for Tander. That'll get quicker as these guys get the speed up. Fabulous battle as they come through the bottom of the circuit and head up toward the flip-flop once again. Oh, a big braking move there by Zerner. As the field sort themselves out, come up the back straight for the second time. Blue flags waving, warning the drivers that there are cars overtaking every which direction. This big crocodile chain links up for the run down the back straight.
Admittedly, they got through cleaner than the first time. Oh, getting a little bit out of shape as our race leader, Garth Tander. Craig Zerner would be watching that very, very closely, taking it on board that he's pushing Tander to that limit. He too is pushing hard. A little bit of a lock up there. Coming onto the main straight again. Garth Tander leads the way from Craig Zerner, and Marcus Ambrose sitting back in 3rd.
Absolutely fantastic. Watching these guys driving right on the ragged edge, really on a razor's edge, because the cars aren't particularly high powered. They can really drive them very, very hard. It's a great way to learn car control. Look at this attack. Under brakes from Zerner. Puff. Oh, there's going deeper there too. Looked like Ambrose was way offline. Zerner went with him as well. So just hanging on. The limit of adhesion, the Formula Fords, as they battle for position. These top 4 positions at Calder Park.
Running on the new semi-slick Avon tyres, all of the Formula Fords in this field. A new tyre for the category. And Craig Zerner certainly giving him a pretty good workout in 2nd spot.
Don't know how much he's going to have left by the end of this contest. Braking hard at the end of the straight. Look at him right up behind the gearbox of Tander this time. Tander car 17 from WA. Now, the East Coasters went over there last year doing a Shell Series round, and he really gave them plenty of hurry up. A lot of people put other binoculars and said, who is this kid? Now he's come over to the East Coast and he's continuing that form. Just 19 years of age from Perth. Big, tall, lanky lad, but plenty of speed aboard a Formula Ford.
He and the driver in 3rd place, Marcus Ambrose, were the two that really turned it on at Albert Park last week, just like Craig Zerner and Garth Tander are now. And have a look at Ambrose up the inside.
Whoa, gee, just squeezed through there too. Very aggressive move, but he pulled it off beautifully.
Great braking manoeuvre.
Ambrose breathtaking stuff.
Tell you what, Mark, he's just continuing that momentum too. He's right up on the back of Calder now. Zerner couldn't do this. Ambrose is just taking that extra step now and really starting to push Calder.
It's a fascinating family story here as he gups the outside. Calder would see him in his mirrors, but he's covering his ground. You're not going to get through here, fella. You're going to have to work very hard, or he's going to try and push Calder into a mistake. These two have been sussing themselves out this year, and it's going to be a great battle throughout 1997. Look how close Ambrose is. Gets the nose of the Van Diemen right up behind the gearbox of Calder's car. Marcus Ambrose, young Tasmanian, just 20 years of age. The son, in fact, of Ross Ambrose, who was the founder of the Van Diemen Racing Car Factory all those years ago.
Formula Fords are really turning it on here at Calder Park. There's a challenge for the lead. Have a look at this. Marcus Ambrose has gone the outside option. It's a long way around. Will he be able to do it? I don't think he will. Calder covers his line really well, and the battle continues further back too for the minor placings for third and fourth as well. It's really hotting up here at Calder Park. We'll be back with more Formula Ford action after this break. Thanks for joining us on 10 Sunday Sport. You are watching the Formula Fords, and these guys are really starting to mix it up. Calder still has his nose in front ahead of Marcus Ambrose, Craig Zerner, and also Ritter. The top four are very, very close.
Tell you what, they're pushing the pace too, Lee. Greg Ritter's just set a new lap record, a 101.78, which was only reset earlier today. So Formula Fords is not only putting on some cut and thrust racing, they're doing the very quick time. Look at that long break. He's lost it. I think that was Ritter.
Greg Ritter.
The man who just set the new lap record. He got way out of shape under brakes turning into the back of the straight there. I think he's actually spun off.
Just overcooked and went out. Now this is going to make it interesting. If our third place driver in Zerner, Craig Zerner, can just get up on the back of Marcus Ambrose, this is going to make it really interesting. Ambrose isn't giving up on Calder either. Have a look at this. He's going to go to the outside. Now he tucks back into the draft again. They're all down the inside. Here comes Zerner up into the argument as well.
Boy, oh boy, 7 laps down on this 12-lapper. We've got a 3-car war on our hands. Calder, Ambrose and Zerner. We lost Ritter in that spin, unfortunately. Certainly going quick enough. Just set a new lap record, but he's out of this battle. He'll be kicking himself. There he goes. Just came in a little bit too deep under brakes. Did he get away without damage? Oh, no, just caught the right rear corner too. So that's cost him dearly. Here's the battle for the lead, though. 7.5 laps down, heading back toward the dust where Ritter came off last time around. And Calder still in control, sustaining enormous pressure from these concerted attacks behind him. Let's look at the Shell Helix replay. Zerner getting back into... Whoop. Yeah, well, that's where he got hit in that right rear corner. It broke the rear suspension as soon as he tried to get back into the race. Paid the consequence.
Greg Ritter not having much luck there, but someone who is our race leader. Calder has done a terrific job to handle the pressure and all the challenges that are being thrown at him by Marcus Ambrose. Here they come down into turn one again, the right-hander. It is still Calder, the West Australian, who leads the way from the Tasmanian, Marcus Ambrose. Then we go back to Craig Zerner.
Tremendous battle this. It's been on since the green light. Ambrose and Calder, very young guns, learning their racecraft very effectively in this, the National Formula Ford Championship. You can't go higher than this in Formula Ford competition in Australia.
Mark, no disrespect to the other drivers, but with over 60 entrants for this one, these guys are that far out in front. It just goes to show you just what a cut above that they are.
Well, I'm amazed. Normally when drivers get involved in a bit of cut and thrust, the field tends to close up behind them, but the gap now is 2.6 seconds back to Macro in 4th position. So they've opened up this three-way fight, and it's just, I was going to say daylight, it's night time back to 4th.
They come across the strike. There's 3 laps left in this 12-lap Formula Ford battle. The top 10 at the moment are Calder, Ambrose, Zerner, Macro, Stoddart, Cotter, Wade, McNally, Skyfleet and Shearer. That's your top 10.
This is getting very serious here. Ambrose locks a rear brake as he turns in. These cars do have an adjustable brake bias where you can adjust the amount of braking from front to rear. And believe it or not, these guys do play around with this balance during the race. You want to get it right at this end of the day.
You'd wonder when they get time. Calder wouldn't have stopped looking in his mirrors. Marcus Ambrose has just got the race face on, trying every possible move in the book to get past him. Here he goes now. This could be a challenge. He's going to do it the long way, though, if he can get up around, but he can't. He'll have to tuck back in, and Zerner's now really right up on the back of Marcus Ambrose. So he's not only having to challenge, but watch his mirrors as well for Craig Zerner coming up.
It's an old saying in Formula Ford racing. It's never over till it's over, and it really applies with this formula. You can be fourth on that last lap and win the race. Just one little mistake, set off a major catastrophe in front of you. You can go through and pick up the goal. We've seen it so many times in Formula Ford racing. But Calder and Ambrose already this early in the season proving some pretty cool customers under pressure. Look at Zerner as he gets up behind the draft. Those cars punching a hole in front. He makes maximum advantage of it. Hard under brakes on the outside. You can hear the tyres squealing as they're giving them everything.
Really hard on the brakes. Craig Zerner trying desperately to just go around the outside and round up Marcus Ambrose, but on that particular corner, we saw it earlier on with the V8 supercars, it really is the long way around. It was the corner where Greg Murphy just overcooked it a little.
It's where Formula Ford is such a fantastic nursery formula for up-and-coming race drivers. Oh, look at this. Big challenge down the outside by Ambrose. They'll go side by side, and Calder just lets him know he's still in control. There's been a cigarette paper between those two that time through, but he sneaked through, no damage. One lap to go when they cross the start-finish line this time around. He's running out of options and running out of real estate.
Full credit to Garth Tander. He remained very, very calm in that tight situation. Keep your eyes on the third-place car in Zerner because he's going to put in a big one here. Here he goes. He pulls out of the draft, has an inside look at Marcus Ambrose, whether Marcus is going to allow him to duck up there. He's there. Zerner looks like he was there.
I was going to say, there could have been tears there. He had to back off, put a wheel out in the dirt, managed to get away with it. It's amazing, these three cars have still got 12 wheels on them.
This is just terrific racing. The Formula Fords, Calder, Ambrose and Zerner, they're your top three. No disrespect to the other drivers, but this is where the action is. It's unbelievable.
Tander's used to this cut and thrust 7 times WA karting champion. He's a man who likes to take a wheel-to-wheel. Same with Ambrose and Zerner. 3 of them very equally matched. They come up toward the corner. And Ambrose goes for a big dive down the inside. He's done it, but he went way too deep, and that's cost him 2 positions.
Overcooked it. Full credit there to Garth Tander. He gave him racing room, saw him coming through. He said, I'll move over and let you go through. But I think he pretty well knew that he was going to overcook it and slip on through. As they come up towards the checkered flag this time round. Congratulations, Garth Tander. He's hung on. A great driver. Late challenge there by Craig Zerner, but he couldn't quite do it. And Mark, what a great drive by Garth Tander.
A great drive by Garth Tander, but a great drive by so many of them. Driving so cleanly, they're running so closely and not damaging the cars. That really is the ingredients that make a champion.
Hard luck to Marcus Ambrose. He really did throw everything at it in that final chance, the final passing opportunity. Tried to outbrake Garth Tander. He did, but in turn he outbraked himself and overthrew it. Let's check the race score for you. Garth Tander in for the win. Craig Zerner in for second. Ambrose picks up third ahead of Macro and Stoddart. Stick around. Race 3 of the V8 Supercars coming up soon.